everybody, it's Tiffany coming to you on behalf of ConceiveEasy.com. I'm in my living room today. I've got a sleeping 1-month-old in the room just to my right and a sleeping toddler upstairs. It's a rare moment of bliss for a mom of two, but alas, it also really limits where I'm allowed to be in my own house. That's okay. Today I want to talk with you about infertility, and I want to share a couple of causes for infertility for both men and women, maybe some things that you weren't aware of and that you might want to ask your doctor about, and also a very important thing to keep in mind about infertility, which I'll get to at the end. So first I want to talk about infertility in men. There are a handful of reasons why men could have trouble with low sperm count, and that can have to do with genetic defects that are present that may be known or even unknown, as well as if there have been repeated injuries to the groin area. That's not really a myth, that can really harm your child-making abilities. It is true. Additionally, for men, something you may not be aware of is exposure to certain chemicals or pesticides that actually can have a negative impact, as well as repeated exposure to high heat temperatures such as a hot tub. I've talked about that in one of my other videos. Again, that is not a myth. Basically, those high heat temperatures kill the sperm count. They kill the sperm, and they can have an impact on the sperm count for a couple of months. So those are things to keep in mind. Additionally, for men, overall fertility does tend to decrease after about age 40. Women, on the other hand, our fertility starts to decrease around age 30. Aren't we lucky? I remember feeling like, oh my gosh, I better hurry up and have kids. I had my first when I was 2 weeks shy of 29, and I just had this one at 31. Please don't freak out if you are older than that and are just now ready to start trying. People have kids above 30 and above 35 all the time. It is simply just a reality that not as fertile as you possibly were at, 21, for example. Other things that can impact fertility for women include you may have something called endometriosis. That's where uterine tissue implants itself outside of the uterus. It can just impact your overall reproductive abilities. You could also have uterine fibroids. These are just benign fibroids that grow. On rare occasions, they can actually completely block the fallopian tube, which is going to prevent the egg from coming through altogether to the uterus. What's more common, though, is that they're growing on the lining of the uterus and keeping the eggs from implanting themselves into the uterine wall. So that could be a possibility. You could have the early onset of menopause. That's just when you start experiencing symptoms of menopause before the age of 40. So that's something to ask your doctor about. Additionally, for both men and women, smoking, drinking, and actually being overweight as well as being underweight can impact your fertility. So if you're trying to get pregnant, now is not the time to go on a super strict diet and be very restrictive of your calories. That can really mess with your odds of conceiving. There have also been studies that have shown if you are doing intense levels of exercise, like more than 7 hours of rigorous exercise a week, that also has a negative impact on your ability to conceive. Now here's the final thing that's really important for people to keep in mind. When a couple is having trouble having a baby, it's not uncommon to wonder and worry, who's got the problem? Who's the one who's having issues? Whose body is having issues? Well, it turns out that in about 1/3 of cases, the men are having the issues. In about 1/3 of cases, the women are having issues. And about 1/3 of the cases, both partners have some sort of issue that is impeding their ability to conceive. I bring that up because that is so important. If you're having trouble, please don't just get one of you tested for problems. You both need to be tested, because even if You test one person and it's discovered, okay, there's a problem over here. That doesn't mean there's not a problem over here as well. Again, a third of the cases, both parties have issues that need to be dealt with. So that's something important to keep in mind. Good luck, everybody. Until next time.